This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, well, 9 o'clock, and we'll call this meeting to order. It's a committee of adjustment. And I have, thanks to Lindsay or Alicia, the script again on all the things I'm supposed to say instead of doing it my fine winging it way. My name is John Woodbury, and I'm the chairperson of the Committee of Adjustment, and I've called the meeting to order at 9. This committee members include members of council. However, we sit at this table as a Committee of Adjustment and not as members of council. Our jurisdiction lies solely with matters of consent and minor variance applications, and the secretary of this committee is Alicia Milne. I haven't got any words wrong yet, so this is pretty good. This is a hearing, and see, there I go. This is a hearing to consider applications for minor variances and consents within the Township of Southgate and is held under the provisions of the Planning Act 1990. This hearing will be in accordance with Provincial Planning Act, Municipal Act, and the Township of Southgate official plan. Can I have a confirmation of the agenda? Would like to move and second that. Brian and Barb, any discussion? Anyone opposed to that? Okay, carried. If anyone has any declarations of pecuniary interest, you can declare now or at any time through the meeting. The adoption of the minutes from the previous meeting. I need a mover and seconder for that.
I'll move it, John.
Okay. The seconder, Jason. Sounds good. Any discussion on that? Is anyone opposed? Okay, that is carried. Next, we'll move on to the hearings. So I'll ask anyone speaking about an application to state their full name and address for the record. Please keep all remarks relevant to the consent or minor variance application before us, as the Committee of Adjustment has no jurisdiction on any other matters. The material submitted to the committee for viewing will remain the property of the Committee of Adjustment and will be available for public viewing in the application file placed online. Okay, direct all remarks to the chairperson of the committee, and this will enable the hearing to be conducted in an organized manner. So, first file is B5-21, and that's Gordon Task. Just have to pull it up for the notice here. Okay. The subject lands are Concession 9, part lots 28 and 29, Geographic Township of Proton. The lands are further described as 126283 Southgate Road 12. The purpose is to sever approximately 20 hectares of land with approximately 500 meters of frontage on Side Road 19, Southgate Side Road 19, from the existing 60 hectare lot, and add it to the 20 hectares of the second half, south half of lot 28, concession 9. The retained parcel will be 40 hectares with a 400-meter frontage on Southgate Road 12. The effect would be a lot addition of 20 hectares to south half lot 28, concession 9, to create two 40-hectare parcels. All the lands are proposed to remain agricultural. Can I have confirmation sign was posted, please?
Yes, I confirm that the sign was posted and proper notice was given in accordance with the Planning Act.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant in attendance, and if so, would you like to come forward and present your case? Okay, hearing none. Clint, would you review all comments received and your staff report, please?
Thank you, Chair Woodbury. I just asked Alicia to bring up the revised consent application sketch that was submitted, if she could. And in the meantime, I'll go through the comments that have been received while she's bringing that up. Okay, so the first comments we have are from Bell Canada, indicating that they have no concerns. We have the County of Grey, and the county indicate provided that positive comments are received from the SPCA and the regarding the hazard lands, and subject to the severed portion of the lands being added to the lands to the southeast, the county has no further concerns with the proposal. We have Enbridge Gas has no comments or concerns other than there may be gas lines in the area. It's sort of their typical comment, and if there are and it affects those lines, they would be responsible for moving them. The historic Saugeen Métis have no objection to the proposal. Hydro One, if I can pull them up here. Have no concerns or comments. The MTO has no concerns. The Public Works Department indicates that a 3-meter road widening is required, and a commercial entrance permit may be required depending on the proposed development. The SPCA find the consent application acceptable. That's it for the comments from the agencies. There is one comment from a member of the public, though.
Okay.
So, and it relates to the reason why I asked Alicia to bring up the revised sketch that was submitted. It was from Warren Trask, and he had indicated the original sketch wasn't quite correct. The original sketch included concession 9 lot 30, as well as concession 9 lot 29 and concession 9 north part of lot 28. So that's incorrect. He's the owner of concession 9 lot 30, so it should only be concession 9 lot 29 and concession 9 north part of lot 28. Okay, so that's the subject lands there that you see. It's 150 acres. It's in prime ag with some hazard lands on it. So as you know from past files, prime ag lands are very restrictive in terms of severances. And generally the only way severances are permitted are for either surplus farm severances or where the lands are being added to another lot, agricultural lot specifically, and it doesn't create a retained lot that is less than 100 acres. So concession 9 north part of lot 28 in this case, which is 50 acres, will be added to the concession 9 south part of lot 28. So there's no conflict then, and then you end up with the original township lots of lot 28 and lot 29. And that's all the comments that I've received.
Great, thank you. Did you want to present your staff report now?
Okay, sure. So I've gone over the proposal itself. In reviewing it in terms of provincial, county, and township policy, it does meet those policies. I mentioned that with the ag, it's very restrictive, and in very few instances, our severance is permitted. In this case, MDS isn't a concern for lot additions. And with the lot addition, the lots are going to end up being 100-acre lots. So they're going to meet the A1 zone, so they won't require an amendment to the zoning bylaws. So they'll meet those zone provisions, which is good. So the conditions that I've recommended are based on the Public Works comments that a road widening be provided if one hasn't been provided for in the past, and that a survey be provided, and that any outstanding taxes, fees, charges are paid, if any. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the committee?
I have a question, John.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Clinton, I noticed that as you mentioned there, the roads department or the public works have asked for a commercial entrance if required. For this particular application, I don't see any new development per se. So a commercial entrance at this point, at least, would not be required. Is that fair to say?
That's correct. There's no proposal that would come forward requiring one for a shop or anything like that. So, because there's no zoning or anything required at this time. We would note that in any sort of zoning coming forward. Also, the 50 acres that's being added to on the south half of part lot 38 or 28, pardon me, already has a shop on it. So it's just expanding its land base. So I doubt highly that it's going to create, it's not going to merge it together then to turn around and try and sever it. That's not happening. So it's already developed pretty well in that sense. So.
Very good, thank you.
Any other, Barb?
Good morning. Thank you, Chair Woodbury, to Clinton. Hi. So at some point, this agricultural property was able to sever 50 and split that 100-acre parcel or 200-acre parcel into two 50-acre parcels, correct?
Correct.
Right. And in your staff report, it indicates that the estate of Gordon Trask owns lot 29 and the north half of lot 28.
Correct.
And they want to merge those two lots together. The south part, who owns the south part?
Edith Smart.
Yes, it's a Southgate Plastics something or other. It's a Mennonite shop on that farm.
Okay, so obviously they're going to be purchasing, or they have purchased. How do you merge two lots if there are two separate property owners? Wouldn't you sell it first and then merge it?
Well,
wouldn't it automatically merge?
The application and all the fees are being, I guess, done by or the owner of part lot 28 on the south half. So
Right.
They're the ones who are pushing for this because they're interested in buying the 50 acres. So that's how that's working.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clarify how that was all involved. So thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, go back to my trusty piece of paper here. Is there any others in attendance that would like to speak in support of this application? Okay, seeing none. Anyone in attendance that would like to speak in opposition to the application? None there again. So I'll ask committee members again. Any further questions or comments? Okay. So then can I request a mover and seconder for the resolution? And the resolution as it stands is that we received the report for information and that the severance be approved with the following conditions. Road widening be provided if one has not been provided in the past, that a survey be provided, and that all outstanding taxes, fees, and charges be paid if there are any. So can I have Martin will move that. Can I have a seconder? Okay, Jim?
I'll second it.
Yep, okay. Any discussion on that? Then is anyone opposed? Okay, then that is carried, and it was a decision of the Committee of Adjustment to grant the application. Next, we move on to B621. That's Clarence and Carolyn Martin. And I'll just pull up the notes. Could I please have clarification that the sign was posted?
Yes, the sign was posted and notice was given in accordance with the Planning Act.
Okay, thank you. Subject lands, concession 2, lots 47 and 48 in the geographic township of Egremont. The lands are further described as 391736 and 391708 Gray Road 109. The purpose is to sever the two original township lots, being lot 47 and lot 48, which have inadvertently merged back into their original lot dimensions. Lot 47 will be 47.7 hectares and have 260 meters of frontage on Gray Road 109, and lot 48 will have approximately 48.9 hectares with 260 meters of frontage on Gray Road 109. The effect will be to create two farm parcels of approximately 48 hectares in size, each with 260 meters of frontage on Gray Road 109. Is the applicant in attendance? And if so, would they care to come forward and present their case? Okay, hearing none. I'll now ask Clint to review any comments received and present his staff report, please.
Thank you, Chair Woodbury. So the comments that I've received so far to date are from Bell Canada, who have no concerns. MTO has no concerns or objections. Enbridge indicates they have set service lines running within the area, which may or may not be affected by the proposed severance. Public Works Department indicates that the lots are on a county road and is therefore county jurisdiction. The Saugeen Valley Conservation Authority find the consent acceptable to the SVCA staff. Hydro One has no concerns. And the County of Gray indicate provided that positive comments are received from the SVCA in regard to the hazard lands and a road widening is provided for, the county have no further concerns with the proposal. And as of today, I have not received any comments from the members of the public. Just to go over the consent a little bit, just to give you an idea. Concession 2 lot 47 and concession 2 lot 48, which front on Gray Road 109, they merged as a result of both owners being in the same name back in the 90s, I believe it was, and before. So they ended up merging. That was confirmed by the applicant's lawyer. And so they put forward this application to sever them back into their original township lots, being lot 47 and lot 48. They're all over 100 acres, and they all meet the minimum frontage requirements. So I really see no objection to the applications. As far as MDS is concerned, there isn't an issue really, because the MDS requires that you have at least 1 hectare somewhere on the property that you can build a residence on, and that's more than evident with the size of the parcels. So I have no concerns in regard to MDSC as well. So that's all the comments I have, and I'm recommending that be approved, subject to the conditions that I've noted. One being the road widening, which was requested by the County of Grey, that a survey be provided, and that any outstanding fees, taxes, or charges are paid, if any. And just as an example, those would be like the fees for upon completion of the application. And that's it.
Great, thank you. Any of the members of the committee have any questions? Barbara? And then Brian.
Just 2 questions to Clinton, Mr. Chair. This falls in line with once a severance, always a severance, right, Clinton? That once it was originally 2 township lots, and then through a sale or, unfortunately maybe a death, it merges. Is that applicable? That's applicable to almost anything, right? Once a severance, it can revert back to a severance?
Actually, this is the opposite of that.
Okay.
Why this has happened is because these lots actually predated that rule, which came, I believe the magic date is somewhere around 1979, March 31st or something like that. And after that date, once a severance, always a severance was the standard, and therefore you didn't get these inadvertent mergings of properties like we have here. And actually, the province actually just put in a new rule to help correct this even further, so that they don't even have to necessarily come back to do this, which is helpful for. I'm sure the lawyers will be dancing up and down, because it saves them time and their clients time and whatnot. And if we could avoid these kinds of severances, it would be wonderful, because these are just original township lots we're trying to recreate because they merged. So yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that was my comment, is, with all of the goal of reducing red tape, I'm glad that something's being done there. And the other question is more for Alicia. I noticed that MTO is now commenting on all applications, it seems, these 2 anyway. Had we circulated to MTO on planning applications, consent applications, when it wasn't on an MTO road in the past, and we're just doing it automatically now?
So we have always circulated to MTO regardless of where the subject property is. There was recently just a change in staffing I noticed at the MTO, and I'm wondering if that's why now comments are starting to come through, possibly.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Brian?
Thank you, John. Clint, I noticed that the county had asked for a road widening. If these lots front onto 109, which of course is a county road, is a 100-foot allowance not already there?
I honestly can't answer that if it is or not. that's the comment they put in, because I believe they've been looking into it a little bit more, mainly because there's already a zoning in for one of these two properties
Right.
as far as a shop, I believe, going forward. And so they were reviewing it at that time and requesting it. Like there was an application already in. So I honestly don't know that it's a county road.
Right.
Tim hasn't
Well, I
looked
guess-
at it and advised me, and I haven't looked either. So
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure as we've seen in the past, sometimes the road allowance has been, or the road widening has been taken but not registered, both at our level and at the county. This may be another example of that, but if the road widening already exists, then it's just another checkbox. Okay, thank you.
yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
One for me, Chair Woodbury. Clinton, I'm looking at the map, and if it gets into another, like severed the way it should have been ages ago, taken back to the township, 50 acres, is there going to be development on that one piece, the retained? Because at the very front on the road, it doesn't look like there's enough room to have something. Is that the reasoning why they want it to go back the way it was, so they can put another shop up?
I don't know about another. I honestly don't know about another shop, but I imagine they're going to try and put another house on there at the very least.
Yeah. Well, it just looks like a lot of trees on that frontage. That's all. I have no concerns with it. It's just something that came up right now looking at the map. So
There's nothing it have on file anyways that
okay.
having been submitted.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none. Is there anyone in attendance that would like to speak in support of this application? Okay, is there anyone in attendance that would like to speak in opposition? Anything further from the committee members? Okay, so the motion is that severance be approved, that road widening be provided to Grey County, that survey be provided, and all outstanding taxes, fees, and charges are paid, if any. Can I have a mover and seconder? Barbara?
I move we grant.
Okay, and Martin. Any discussion on that motion? Okay, seeing none. Anyone opposed to the motion? Okay, that is carried. So next on the agenda, I believe, is that Brian moves that we adjourn. So takes a whole lot longer doing these meetings when I actually follow the agenda and what I'm supposed to say. So thanks everybody, and I guess we'll see you in half hour or so. Take care.
Good job, Mr. Chair.